Hello, comrades. So we are waiting for Professor Radhika Desai. She is not here. There is 7 hours difference between France and Canada. Maybe she's sleeping or she forget. I don't know if because I am waiting all the time. I am waiting for her. So uh, I will use this StreamYard platform because she was invited here, but because maybe somebody are waiting for her, and for we can if you want to answer questions or say something, comment something, I can respond. And when the Professor Radhika came here, we will finish this discussion, and I will interview Professor Radhika. So it's the time for the asking questions, and after this, I will make montage, and I will make one video about my answers, and second with interview for with Radhika. So I am waiting for your questions, and that's all. It's good time to ask question. You can ask what you want, of course. Of course, I prefer questions about politics, about situation politic in Poland or in France or elsewhere. So maybe it will be easier. I don't want to improvise. I have 4 questions to Radhika, but I do not think you can answer. Does she speak French? I don't know if she speaks French. But in Canada, there are big French communities. And the 4 questions to Radhika of JZ are very difficult. I don't know if I am capable answer this question in Polish. And in English is of course much more difficult. But thank you for this question. I planned to ask these questions, but she is not here. She is not here, so I am waiting for email when she said that she will not come, or I am waiting for her, or I don't know. But we can use this time. My family is in the park now, and in the evening I will not have time for politics. So it's good possibility to not we it's bad to waste the time, my time, your time. So I propose that we do something politically important. So maybe I would like to say that in near future I want to organize here 2 stream, but this stream will be before I make the advertisement about this. One is the stream for the celebrating 1000 subscribers. I think that soon we will reach this 1000. And second stream, more important, it will be stream for the anniversary of the October Revolution. This year, I would like to speak to make this celebration in English, especially. Of course, in Polish, I will make my speech. I prepare my speech 1 or 2 days before about the political situation of the communist movement in Poland. But I am tired of the organizing all the time discussion with the Polish Marxists who are not interested to making political activity. They didn't want it to be a part of the Polish Workers' Party. There is question. Comrade Michael, did you manage to go through the course of Professor Shaik? I watched first 7 lectures of Professor Shaik, and I want to finish this course. And if you watched this course, these lectures, and if you watch also my this movie which I recorded about Capital, I am using some example of him. I am not saying about him, but I am using some of his explanations. For example, this metaphor with theory of Newton gravitation, that this why the apple going down, but the moon are not going down to Earth, and I use it for the that in the macro scale this this equation between the price and the commodity don't work, because if you want to buy many things, you can negotiate the price. But yes, I want to watch this all these lectures. I also, if you are interested what I am listening now, I am listening other comrades. I make small publicity. So one of the things which I am listening, it is YouTube channel Dissident Theory. It is I think 34 very short videos about 3 volumes of Capital, Dissident Theory, double S, Dissident Theory. Second thing which I am listening, I am speaking about Marxist economy. Second things which I am listening is professor. No, it's at YouTube channel Coti Everdeen, and there are the lectures. There are the lectures of Professor Raymond Gues. There is an email maybe. No, it's not. It's not for her. So all the time I am waiting for the email or for Professor Radhika. So in the YouTube channel Koti Everdeen, there are the Marxism lecture by Professor Raymond Guez. Also, it is good job. And I found this channel because one comrade here, Cyril Jakubowski, he he make a publicity for the YouTube channel, which name is, I forget the name, Victor Magarino. Victor Magarino. He is Spanish. He study in Madrid, and he make but he make videos. I heard Czech communists have lost or something. I don't know what is. Could you say something more about this? This Victor Magarino, he make video in Spanish and in English. So one comrade, but I won't listen him later. But firstly, I am listening these things which I am. So Professor Shaik and this guy which because one thing it is knowing the theory. Second thing it's how to present this theory in the good English and in the way that it is interesting. Um, maybe um, and I watch maybe 5 minutes of one of the movie of Victor Magarino, but now I don't have time to study his videos, but of course I will do it later. So all the time we are waiting for the Radhika Desai. She is not here. If she came, we starting to make interview with her, and this introduction which I made now will be delete. And but for not waste our time, you have possibility to asking questions. Comrade Michael, the other day you said that it is not possible to ask questions about Marx Capital. What problem did you encounter and who refused to answer your question, Bruno or Kohan? No. It is not with capital, it is not a problem. Nobody refused, but I remember that this idea about lectures about capital, I have it's not a new idea. I already wanted to organize it 2 years ago. 2 years ago, and when I was in Poland 2 years ago, I spoke with a member of the Communist Party of Poland, Marcin Adam, who present himself like a person who know the Marxist economy. So he wanted to make this lecture, but he didn't do it. And also before this conversation with Marcin Adam, I spoke with Bruno. I remember this because we were together not far from the Polish embassy in Paris, and we waiting for the other cameras. So we in this time I ask question if Bruno is capable to speak about capital. Then Bruno said that he is a professor. He is a historian, not economist. Of course, he read it and he know, but he is not capable to make speeches about Marxist economy. So I had this discussion with Bruno, and with Professor Kohan, it is something different. That Professor Kohan is it's very complicated to make contact with him. He is. I don't want to say that he is lazy, but if we have conversation one time for 2-3 months, this it will be many for capital. I need somebody who can capital is a very very big book, and we need somebody who can make few one lecture to every week or every 2 week, not one lecture in 1 year. Rebirth of Communism. What do you think of Marxian Sweezy critique of Rosa Luxemburg, the accumulation of capital? What can I think about the critic of one guy of the book, other book which I didn't read? I didn't read Accumulation of Capital of Rosa Luxemburg, and I won't do it. And also, I never. I think that I read one book of Sweezy. Maybe I don't know it is him or not, but I read one book of the Marxist from USA about USA. It was the critic of the USA, and maybe it was him or not, but I forget. But do you know what's happening to Monika Karboska and her involvement with Free Assange movement? I had a conversation with Monika Karbowska in the day when why I was arrested by ABW. So Monika Karbowska was solidaire with my case, but there is a big difference politic, and because of that it's very complicated now to make a political collaboration. That Monica is involved in this movement against vaccination in France. She participates in demonstration, and I don't support this demonstration. I support vaccination. I support the politic which is made by the socialist state, like Cuba, like China, that I am for vaccination all the people, and with using all the necessary things which state can give, like I support this. I think my critic of these capitalist states today is that they are not uh, they are weak. If I want to make my fight against COVID, there will be no question. There will be one one district after another. There are the people from the army. We surrounded the all the people who are there, and nobody will be not vaccinated. It's this is method with I would like to use. And of course there are the people from the left that they said it is against my liberty. I don't care your liberty. I am against the epidemic, and it is the only way how we can fight with this epidemic. Pamela Mattox, hello from America, a new comrade here trying to learn. Hello, comrade Pamela. We are waiting for the Professor Radhika Desai. She is not here. She didn't say why she is not here. So you can ask me question, and maybe I will can answer. Some vaccine out there are weapons. So I don't know if this vaccine are work or not. I don't care. Maybe this vaccine don't work, but it's not important. The important is in the case of the epidemic, we need to uh, we need to make a politic collective for all the people, and I am for the collective. And today, in the time of capitalism, this representation of the collective, we want or we don't want, it is bourgeois state. And when bourgeois state said that every citizen have to be vaccinated, I support this, and I don't support these demonstrations, anti-vax, anti-mask, anti I don't know. So I have big philosophical difference with Monica, and I don't want to speak to make a discussion with her in this subject, because these differences here are so big that it's without sense. Maybe when this epidemic will finish, maybe there will be possibility for continuing collaboration, but now I'm not interested about this. No. She know that it is 10 a.m. in Canada and 5 p.m. in France. So she understand. There is the question: does communism live by a science base? Yes, the the big difference between the communist society and the capitalist society in the question of science, it is the law of the intellectual rights. That today, this law of the intellectual right, the copyright, is against the science, because one corporation don't want to give their patents, their knowledge to other people, and it is against science. I am for the sharing knowledge of everybody. If the people from all the world will share their knowledge, it will be much faster to find not only vaccine and medication against COVID, but against other illness. And so in this example, we see that if we want to build the scientific society, we need to destroy the private property of intellectual right, because it is something which stopped the progress of science. Yakufication ask question. And there is a. I have heard doctors say that many vaccines have some 100% kill rates within 3 years. Maybe we will die in 3 years altogether, but I prefer situation when we will die collectively, like a society, not that that. The question is that we are all the people and we have to act together, and these the people who are against vaccination, from my perspective, they are egoist, they are selfish, and it is not possible to collaborate with these people, with somebody who is selfish, because this is the question that for example, Monica, she has, I don't know, 50 years old, or maybe 51 years old. But the problem with COVID, it is that the most people who died in the COVID are the people who are much older than Monica. So when she don't want to vaccinate herself, she put on risk the people older than her. And from my perspective, it is something which is selfish. Yakufication. Did you hear about calculation in kind? This Marxist theory developed by Otto Neurath. No, I didn't hear about this theory, but I am here to learn. We are all together here to learn. So if you have Michal, as for Monica, she could make an update video on Assange case. Maybe she can, but the problem is that if you want, you can organize the video, but I don't want to. I think that in 2021, one of the reason why I would like to speak with Radhika and today, it is this success of socialist states with fighting with COVID-19. That and Radhika Desai, which is one of the organizer of this international manifesto group, in this manifesto is written that this example how the socialist states like China, like Cuba, like Vietnam better manage the fighting against COVID, it is very good example for the socialism, how to make it. And if I want to promote the success of socialism, I can't in the same time collaborate with people who are active in the movement against vaccination, because it is not a problem that I can't speak with people who are against vaccination. There are many people who are against vaccination, but they are not politically active in this movement. If somebody is politically active in the movement anti-vaccination, I don't want to make political contact publicly with this person, because from my perspective it is and maybe with Assange there are many. I know Monica, and I know that she make very good things, but in this case of epidemic, she is crazy, and and she's not she's not the one in the there is the problem with other leftist parties. We have the problem with the member of the Communist Party of Russian Federation. In Moscow they organized the demonstrations, the communists from the Russian, the KPRF, and they make demonstration against vaccination. There are the people in German left, in French left. So it is not that only Monica make this mistake, but in this time, I think that we have to make separate themselves and wait when this problem with epidemic we will finish. But there are in this movement anti-vaccination. There are also people, for example, in Poland. This movement is organized by the people who work with the Confederacja. So it is ultra right groups. They are the most active in this movement. And of course, when you have contact with people like this, you there are the I don't know if somebody who are participating in this movement 1 year, 2 year after this, there will be the same person which before. I think that it will provoke the big change in the political ideas, and I am pessimist about the political future of Monica. Yotazet asks question. As for manifesto, what do you think about this idea? As we know, Bruno did not join the movement. What idea? Idea is internationalism. So the movement is the movement, a communist movement or socialist movement are divided, and this manifesto it's one of the many ideas how to try to organize people who are divided. And why Bruno is not joining this movement? Because Bruno is already active in the other organization, and this other organization also have international contact. So for it is something it is something different. Be active in the French communist movement, which have contact with the communists from the African countries, communists from the, for example, one of the leader which was against the sign manifesto. It is George Ibrahim Abdallah. He is a Lebanese communist in French prison, and because he didn't want to sign this manifesto, all this group of Bruno didn't sign this manifesto. So it is one international structure didn't want it to be a member of other international structure, but they can refuse this. They can, because they already are organized, they already have international contact. So when you have international collaboration, you are in the position that you can refuse the collaboration with other people. From the Polish perspective, which are any collaboration with any communist movement from abroad, I hope that collaborating with 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 communists from another countries, it's something good. And it is another perspective, because my perspective is organized movement in Poland, movement which is weak, which we can't compare the situation in Poland and in France. In France, we have thousands of people, we have newspapers, we have possibility of organizing demonstrations. The demonstration first made demonstrations, or or the demonstration of the trade unions, or the yellow vest, of the other. All the time we have the people fighting for their uh, economic things, or other. And the somebody who is active in communist movement in France, he have a lot of possibility how to work. In Poland, we have people who are afraid of everything. They don't want, they are anonymous. They don't go to streets, they don't organize demonstrations, they don't organize public meetings, they don't have newspapers. They are nothing in Poland. And because it's nothing in Poland, collaboration with anybody, with manifesto group of Radhika Desai, or another party, another, it's not important. I am not this question, if I am agree with all these things which are written in this manifesto, if I am agree with this or not, it is not important. From my perspective, this document is not. If I have to wrote this manifest, it will be much more radical. And but this manifest have some good things. For example, the clear position towards the socialist success now in the fighting of COVID-19, and also towards China, because many Western Marxists are against China, organized. They participate in the new Cold War against China. So if we have Marxists who try to do something, I want to be with contact with them. And but okay, maybe conflict of interest, maybe yes, but it is not conflict of Bruno, because there are many people who signed this manifesto, not only if somebody want to know more, that there are this speech of Bruno in Odrodzenie Komunizmu channel in Polish. So he explained all this reason. But the most important is to understand that Bruno lived in France, and he will lived here. His most important political fight is here in France. I am not. Not active in French political movement. If there are something important for me, or if I don't, I have time, I can participate in the French movement. But for me, the most important is the Polish politics, and also I want to return to Poland. So we have a different perspective, and I know that when I return to Poland, I will have this problem, which are not existing in France. that in France, people with communist ideas can take uh, uh, red flags, go to the street, and organize demonstration. And it's normal that if you are communist and you are organized, you go to the street and you organize, you speak with other people about communism. Now we have the elections in France. We have candidates like Anas Kazib, Nathalie Arthaud, Philippe Poutot, Fabien Roussel. Four candidates. All these people are using the election to speaking with people about communism, and it is normal here in Poland. In Poland, the people are afraid of everything. Oh no, I maybe don't maybe we don't take this red flag, because if somebody will see red flag, there will be problems and they will beat us. And it's normal psychological reaction. If you are alone, you are afraid. If you are on big movement, you are not afraid. So I want to make something that be in the touch with other people. So where we are in touch with other people, we can make Polish people more brave, that don't um, but okay. Hmm. Green skydiver. China and North Korea reject US vaccines. Countries with 30 to 60% vaccination refusal are not full of selfish people, just about all vaccine manufacturing is not transparent enough. China produced their own vaccine, so they can, and they are much more advanced in vaccination than the Western countries. Uh, Yotazet. You have the revolution, and revolutionaries construct socialism by doing the same things at the same time, advancing the productive forces and the socializing the means of production. And this statement was discussed with your discussion with Vijay Prashad. Is this the right way to proceed? We are not in position to advancing the productive forces. The advancing productive forces, this is you have to make take a power in the state. I am and of course it's good that China are advancing the productive forces, but from my perspective, the best west or the best things in China, it is not this advance of productive forces. It is that this advance of productive forces helping to change the situation of the Chinese people. So they lift these people from the poverty that 850 50 million Chinese citizens were lifting from the poverty, that the wages of the Chinese workers in the last 25 years are growing four times bigger. That Chinese are capable to build the hospital in 10 days. So it is something that if you are living in China, you see that the socialist state changing your situation for better. And this is the difference with the capitalist society, that if you are the people who are living in Poland, for example, they see that the situation is worse and worse, that the you can compare the rising of prices of everything. The petrol in Poland 1 year ago it was 4 zloty, now it is 6 zloty. The bread 1 year ago it was, I don't know how many, but now is 20% bigger in 1 year. The cost of living in Poland are much bigger with every year. But now in this last year, these growing prices are very, very fast. So when the prices of everything are growing and the salaries are not growing, so the economic situation of Polish people are uh, bad, worse, worse with every month, without hope. And the Polish hospitals are in this catastrophe. We have this thousand, more than 150,000 Poles which died in last year. On plus, it is this conversation of Grzegorz Braun in Parliament. He said he said true. He said true about the catastrophe of the Polish society. That the thousands of Poles died in us. Um, and the situation if China is better. Okay, if you have another question. Sorry, comrades, that we don't have Professor Radhika here. It's not my fault. I can already I can already tell you what will be discussion next weekend. So next Saturday I will speak with Bojan Stanisławski from the Barricade channel, mm, about the conflict Poland and the European Union. What is the possibility of Polexit? And so we will have this conversation. This conversation, it will be. I decided to organize this conversation because now in French media very often they speak about Poland. They speak about Poland. And Eric Zemmour, which is now one of the most important um, politician of the extreme right in France. Uh, he said, "I support Poland against Brussels," and so Saturday, next Saturday will be discussion with Bojan Stanisławski, and Sunday there will be discussion with the Mateusz Piskorski about history of the Polish socialist movement. Mateusz Piskorski will explain the national question in the socialist movement in the time of the partition, of when the Poland was under partition. So this conflict between the Polish Socialist Party and the Social Democratic Party, So the party of Piłsudski with party of Felix Dzierżyński. But I think that it will be in evening, but I don't have time precise. Did you manage to find out some answers to your questions you have about capital? If yes, what was it? Uh, I don't have uh, about next weekend. I want to make a lecture about the question of the. Yeah, there are two things which I want to make. I don't know which will be first, which will be second, but I will speak. One lecture will be concerned in the question of the um, child labor, child labor in capitalism. Why the children are working in capitalism? Uh, and second thing, it will be migration and these complicated things that we have three kind of the people in capitalist society. We have the bourgeoisie who don't want to accept the importation of the industrial goods from abroad, but the bourgeoisie wants they accept the importation of vegetables, legumes, and stuff like this. We have the peasants. They accept the importation of the industrial goods, but they are against the importation of the agriculture. And we have the workers, which are selling their workforce. And because they sell their workforce, they don't want to make cheap this workforce. And why the what is the relation between the workers and the migrant workers? In capital, we have this example of the Irish worker in like Irish workers in England. But of course, there are not. I'm interested only about this economic question because today, when we are speaking about the migration, they are speaking that it will be Islamization of Europe, or I don't know, that will be finish of the nation. And this economic question is something which exists, but it is not the most important. But I'm interested about the all these all these so I think that that the next weekend or maybe another day will be lecture about the child labor in capitalism. And when I am asking question to myself after I take this book and I search the answer. Also, I am trying to find this in these lectures which I am listening. I remember you have some issues with luxury goods productions. Yes, I have. I have in every page. I have some questions, but because I think that the biggest difference between me and you is that I am not scholastic. I am not dogmatic. I am not somebody who will be praying for the marks and he is genius and everything which he said we have to use today. I try to think, and after the answer is Mandel's Introduction to Capital. I will find it because I forget it about this. Mandel in- Introduction to Marxist Economics, maybe. Intro. It's Ernest Mandel, An Introduction to Marxist Economic Theory. If we are speaking about this text, Introduction to Capital. Introduction Capital. It is 234 pages. Okay, it's PDF. I will try. My problem with luxury goods is when my neighbor has a yacht at my expensive of my work production. No, but I think that the problem of luxury goods is other. What is the difference that we have one car for the worker which you can buy for 5,000 euro or 10,000 euro, and it is car for the worker, and you have another car which costs 1 million euro, and it is the car for the footballer. And why one car is million euro and second car is only 10,000 euro? So it is difference of price, 100 times of difference of price. But normally maybe this car for the very rich person are better, but not better 100 times. So, so this is this question. Okay, so I found this PDF with Mandel. I downloaded, but it is very big text. I with my son, I don't know if I will be capable to read it. So So, if there are other questions, I think that Radhika Desai will not come today. So I will change the name of our conversation. There will be conversation. Mm, you have a chapter on luxury goods there. The purpose of capital. The method of capital. The plan of capital. Epocha противоречий. What do you think about gas crisis? I don't know. I I see that we have the crisis. Few days ago, I organized. We had a discussion about the rising prices in Poland, but I think that we have rising prices in all the world. That the and prices of petrol are growing. But I don't know why it is this now. I think that it is most of this difference of price. It is organized by speculation. That, but I don't know. And what do you think about gas crisis? But it is one of the reason why I am supporter of using the green energy, because the green energy, it is not only thing that we we are thinking about the planet, we are thinking about ecology. It is important, but it is also important for other things, that if we have the source of the energy like sun or wind or other things which we have now here in our country, so we are independent of the different of the prices of the resources which we want to import, because the sometimes the petrol is cheap, sometimes the petrol is expensive, sometimes the gas is cheap, sometimes the gas is expensive. So when the petrol is cheap, maybe for the economic reason, is better the using the petrol than the green energy. But today it is I don't know, $50 per barrel, but it can change to $300 per. And so, and the investing of the green energy, it give us the independence from this difference. In general, it is a problem of profits. Profits for goods came from labor necessary to produce goods and exchange, which is the sphere of distribution. Okay, comrades. Last question if you have. If you not, we can finish. The Radhika Desai, she is not uh, here. It is not Bolshevik discipline. That I don't know. She forget it, or somebody tell her that you don't have to speak with the communist from this rebirth of communist channel. So thank you. Is Radhika Desai a communist? That's a good question. I think that if she support, if she if she promote Marxism, yes, it's normally it's communists who promote Marxism. If you had enough money to leave the United States, would you anyone? But I'm not living in United States. I am I don't have enough money to live in Poland because in Poland I earned very little money. So I emigrate to the country which gave me the possibility the earning better money and less working less hours per week and earning more. Would you leave France? Now it is the question why the workers who live in France they leave the France because it is it is one of the part of this discussion which are taking place in France now in the election because there was a debate between Eric Zemmour and Jean-Luc Mélenchon. I listened, I think, 40 or 50 minutes of this discussion, but it was 2 hours, so I not listening all. But Eric Zemmour said how many people came to France every year. And he said that in last 10 years there are more than 6 million people who came to France. And Mélenchon answered that the population of France are growing only 2 million in this time. 2 million, not 6 million, because 4 million people came to France, but after they go out from France. I know people who are going out from France, and maybe I will also leave the France. Why? It's the question of different prices of the houses that that it is uh, I can earn better money in France, but the condition of building family in France are difficult because I am living in very small flat and finding something bigger it is impossible for me. The prices of rent or the prices of buying new house in France it is it is very big because of speculation. The the apartment here where I am living, it is 4 times more expensive than in Poland. So it is very big difference. Of course, in Poland, the prices of the houses are growing, but my family, if the for the same price which in France I can buy mm, very small apartment. In Poland I can have house for this in the village, or apartment with 3 or 4 rooms in Warsaw. So mm, so mm, of course, it's not the question of leaving France to tomorrow, but the question is how to prepare our future, because mm, I made one economic decision to leave the Poland to earn more money, and now with I can make another decision, economic, leave the France, not because in Poland I will earn better money, but because in Poland I can live in the better conditions, because because the houses are cheaper in Poland. So there is one thing which motivate me to go back to Poland. Second thing is that here in France I will always be a physical worker. It's not possible for me to change my life, and today it's not problem for me. I am in good health, in good shape, so I can go, I can make this hard work. But the question is in the what will be my health in the next 3 years, 5 years, 10 years? My work is very very hard, and when I will have problem with my health, if I can continue this work, and I it's something which I am scared that it will be time that I will be older, I will be weaker, I will be, my body will be damaged because of my work. And in Poland, I hope that I can find another job which will be easier for the guy who have I don't know 45 or 50 years old, a little more intellectual job. In France, it is impossible. In France, like a worker from immigration, I have to always work hard. So it is a second motivation to leave. So the normally many emigrate workers are came when they are in good shape, and after when they have a little money, and also when they are starting to get not in they their health is damaged, they come back. The problem is with me that I don't have money. I don't have money. But yes. Mm, Come on, you can be a crane operator like your brother even in France. Oh, I don't think the crane operator is a physical job also. It is a job with 12 hours, and in the wind, in the when it's hot, when it's cold. It's it's uh, and uh, my brother is not political active today. It's not my object. It's not my purpose. Change the job and finish with political activity. My purpose is find the job which give me possibility to continue my political activity. So it has to be job easy and not complicated, without responsibility. So if you have a good paid job for me in Poland, and that where I can concentrate myself to spreading communism, call me and I will come back. Okay, I so can you invite Prabhat Patnaik to speak with you? I don't know who is this person. Prabhat Patnaik. I will find. I will search. Prabhat mm, Patnaik. Oh, I didn't knew this guy. Renowned Marxist economist Prabhat Patnaik. Oh, with pleasure. I didn't knew. I didn't knew this this comrade. Thank you for. Of course, I am interesting to invite all the Marxists from the world who can teach us how to understand Marxist economics and stuff like this. So, uh, if you have contact with Comrade Patnaik, you can send him invitation from my part. The channel Rebirth of Communism. With pleasure, invite these comrades to speak with us, with me. Oh, okay, so the Radhika Desai officially didn't come today. It's not good, but I my time is finished. It's time now for my children, for my son. So thank you, comrades, for participating in this stream. And maybe Radhika Desai came here next time. Maybe not. I don't know.